Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. I am Solo, and as always, it is Monday night, and we are in for action-packed Monday night show. So, everyone, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, and subscribe, and welcome to the channel. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And I am joined, as always, with a fantastic panels tonight. So, as always, on Monday, sir, how are we doing? How are we feeling? The temperature is dipping a little bit, so I'm taking you're very excited.
You know, I'm really excited about Monday nights now that we've got Andy Tate on. I want to hear an authentic view because sometimes people say I'm too positive. We need some balance on the show and some realism from someone who actually goes to the games, you know. So, yeah, I'm happy that Andy's here every Monday. I'm happy that Mr. B was singing earlier. If only that would have been on a live, that would have been a classic. Everyone says Mr. B doesn't sing or anything like that. But what do you think's going on in his headphones? He's listening to music, isn't he? He's in the studio or something like that. But anyway, I'm glad to be back and welcome, guys.
And Mr. B, I was going to ask you to recreate the singing in the background earlier, but it's not going to happen, is it?
No, not a hope in hell, bruv. Not a hope in
Music
hell.
heals the soul.
My voice cracks windows, so no.
Well, I'm really sorry to say to Mr. B, but it was reminiscing with all of us on backstage, and Andy was particularly very happy, sort of calm him a little bit down, because I think Andy was going to go literally hard tonight on the show, but with your singing, it's sort of like soothe him down a little bit.
Yeah, I think it has. It's really played a part. I'm more calmer than I was on Saturday night. Believe me. I had to go into work after that as well. So, oh Jesus. Oh, I said my bit on Saturday night with the paddock, and I'm very disappointed. It was simple. It's simple mistakes that's cost us a game, and it's players. It's like I say, it's for all to see. It's not the manager. I've heard silly rumours today. They'll try and pin it on the manager. It's the players, mate. And if your Sunday was ruined, I've got no sympathy for you whatsoever with that performance. Even the kit was horrendous. Who designs these kits, man? Oh, God, I won't be buying that from Cheetham Hill, I'm telling you. But it was awful. The first 32 minutes, 4-0 down. And the players, like you say, in fact, the people who come on in the second half, you can excuse them. But the attitude, the absolute body language stinks, and I'm sick to the back teeth of it. And like I say, rumours on Friday with Rashford as well. I actually seen Rashford after about 15 minutes. And I didn't even know he was on the pitch. I mean, that says it all about Rashford at the moment. Bruno moaning again. Ronaldo moaning again. But you can see why he moans. Individual mistakes from De Gea, it does your head in. But he saved our bacon so many times, gentlemen. You know he's got that in his armoury. I was a couple of years ago. He did his first game for United in Zeko in a Charity Shield. Under him, it can happen. I remember he did it against Chelsea at Old Trafford as well. So it is what it is. I'm not going to go in on De Gea. At least he had the courage to come out and face the media, unlike some of the other United players. Say Maguire quiet again. But the only good thing about it, no apologies on social media. The weekend was quiet as a mouse. It was beautiful. The silence was beautiful. Don't want to hear it anymore. But at least the rules are in place now. You can state your apologies.
And that's the thing with it. I think Rio Ferdinand did state it as well, and Roy Keane did say after the match as well, the apology need to stop on social media, because it's almost like every time we lose a game, and this is something that's been going on for a very long time, we lose the game and it's an apology. I've got to say, at least De Gea came out, put his hand up and did state that he did it was his fault for all the goals and whatnot. But I don't blame De Gea. like you said there, Andy, he saved us so many times. I give him a pass all the time because it's what's in front of him. That's the problem for me anyway. So, OMONDI smiling. He's got something to say. Go on, OMONDI.
You don't blame De Gea. He said he put his hand up. I mean, that's the only time he really did. He can't kick. Bottom line, he can't kick. He can't distribute the ball. Use, as Andy said, it's there for everyone to see. Even a 5-year-old could watch that and say, "Oh my God, what a mistake!" You know, and break it down. All the goals were mistakes. That's why I don't blame the manager. He's trying to promote something, a brand of football, and at the moment, everyone in the Premiership is like, "Okay, you're doing this. All right, we're going to be aggressive on you and try to mess up your plans," you know. So it's going to take a while for us to sort of settle into what we're doing. But the most important thing is continue with it, stick with it, and it will get better, I believe. Just to add to that shirt issue, I think they're rage right now with cyclists, lollipop ladies, and the Green Cross Road man. Big rage. They're selling out like hotcakes, you know, and they should be in them because, I didn't like the shirts either. I'm not one for like fashion and all that kind of thing, but it did remind me of that Southampton game when we were wearing the grey shirts and Fergie, you know, was fuming and said, "Right, take off the shirts instead and see if you play better," which we did. We did actually in the second half. But anyway, as regards to the result, really disappointing. But it would be even worse, more disappointing to me if we couldn't see where the errors are coming from. What we're seeing is players not working hard enough, bad attitude with certain players, and we're seeing not being able to pick up a system. You know, professional footballers that train, we have to go to work for 8 hours a day. These guys are training on a lovely carpet. Well, I don't know what Carrington's like. They're always cussing the training ground, aren't they? They're training on good facilities day in, day out, and they can't even pick up basics about football, and how to learn and adapt to something new, you know? Anyway, we'll talk about it on the eye test tomorrow with Bath Time, who's clearly got a lot to say as well. So tune in tomorrow at 10 p.m. Thank you.
I know me and Mr. B's got a lot to say about Harry Maguire, but Mr. B, what you say?
I'm not. I'm done with talking about the same trash that I talk about every week. I want to be positive. I want to forget. I'm not going to forget about last week. He's got no chance of doing anything if he's not going to be back. So right now, he's not going to be back. So I am expecting a long, depressing season.
And they better get those popping them aspirins out, innit? We're going to need them.
More than aspirin, boy. Flipping heck.
Yeah, prescription NHS.
Gonna need something for it.
Gosh.
But we're gonna go through, and this is a story that's doing the rounds at the moment, and it's we're gonna go for this one here. James Garner up for sale, Andy. Probably one of our brightest prospects we saw on loan last season, Nottingham Forest. The way Forest fans talk about him, it's almost like he was made for the Premier League. The rumor is about 15 to say, I think 14 to 15 million. Clubs already looking in at him is Nottingham Forest is one, and also Tottenham. Why do you think he's been overlooked with the players we've got right now at Man United, and he's not getting the opportunity to show what he's capable of doing, but yet we're giving these guys in midfield week in, week out, chances after chances after chances?
I think because he's not an established first-team player, and some of them players still hold power in the positions in the club. In the first team, I'm sick of it. This is a prospect that could really thrive at United, and I'm absolutely disgusted by the decision, if it's true. I've also heard Ten Hag is absolutely furious about this. The room, I don't want him to go. He's part of this next batch that can help us. You know, I say this midfield needs fresh blood, actual young players who want to play, and you've seen what he's done. He done last season. He helped Nottingham Forest to promotion. I think he scored a couple of goals along the way. I think he scored against Huddersfield in one game in the FA Cup, and he was like man of the match on the way to playing when they got knocked out by Liverpool. But I am absolutely shocked at this. I don't think he should be sold. But there's something suspicious about it, maybe because we're getting Rabiot, the Juventus lad, 15, 20 million. Oh, there's no money. We've got to spend it and you got to get it back. I don't trust him. So You wonder how the kid feels if this is true. He's got to be heartbroken.
Yeah.
He's got to be heartbroken on this. I mean, it shows how rotten the club is. The club would not sell McTominay, would not sell Fred, but would rather sell a promising youngster just to just to get some cash in. Or you could easily clear out make an example of somebody from one of them big names. And I'm disgusted with it. And I hope you say. He may want to sell him, but he don't have to say yes to go. He don't have to say yeah, Garner. He can dig his heels in. You want to stay at United, kid? You go for it. Tell them first team players. Tell that manager. Even tell the owners where to stick it. Because dig your heels in, mate. You'll get your chance.
Yeah, it's disappointed as well, OMONDI. Obviously, this is a player that we've been talking about for a very long time. We've had Nottingham Forest fans on the channel talking as well how good they believe he could get. Raw, talented player. That's what I think Man United need right now in this squad. I don't know what your thoughts are, because it's almost like the senior players just not doing the right thing on the pitch, where if someone at his age, he can learn, he can understand and listen to what the manager and the instruction from the manager and learn game by game, rather than these constant mistakes continuously keep happening week in, week out by the senior players.
I'll start off by saying we did have Nottingham Forest fans on 2 shows, really good quality of talk, MU and Mr. B. And Bath Times reminded us here that Mr. B said that one of the Forest fans he had on said that he wasn't anywhere near ready for Premier League based on a season watching him in the Championship. I disagree. I think I'm with Andy. So Andy just planted a seed in my head here, saying about maybe the senior players have affected this somehow. There's some sort of hierarchy or something going on where these players can't get a look in. I'm really disappointed. I thought Garner was ready-made for the type of role that we need in a midfielder. Technically good, can carry the ball, passing, vision, two-footed, not two-footed tackles, but two-footed, can play pop a move with 2 feet. He's aggressive as well, as we saw in the final. I think it was at the playoff. There was one gut-wrenching run and slided in and tackling and got a great roar from the crowd. I think he's you're killing someone's buzz, blowing their buzz right now. Someone who wants to play for Man United, but it's going to end up with Dean Henderson. He's going to go away and say something negative about what's going on. I'm disappointed about this. It sounds kind of like Angel Gomez for me, in that sort of respect. It's too cheap as well. You talk about money. I think that's far too cheap. If Man City were to sell Palmer right now, they'd be talking like 30, 40 million. Everton's Andy Gordon, I think his name is the young
50 million.
50 million. And we want to give, just take him for 15. We're becoming a joke. That's not fair. He's got 0 game time. Give him some game time. At least let the fans have an opinion on it. Let's see him in the first team, whether he can do it or not. Don't let him go somewhere else and start smashing it and playing some beautiful game of football. Say, oh, we want him now. A bit like we were doing with Salcedo the other day. We linked with Salcedo. We could have bought him anyway, before he went to Brighton. I think we're looking at Zidane and Kobe. Maybe he's looked long term, said, well, I can work with Zidane and Kobe. They're a bit younger. We can groom them up and bring them in. I like them as players, and I think they've got the same kind of attributes. Will be suited for midfield in our position. It's just a bit of work rate as well we require. And I'm not happy when we're comparing Garner to McTominay and Fred. Garner pees all over them properly when it comes to technique and IQ and all those kind of attributes. The only thing where he hasn't got is game time, and they say maybe he hasn't got the work rate. But I think there's a player there, and I'm really gutted about this.
Yeah, and Mr. B, obviously, this whole thing, what everyone's talking about, Man United is almost got to raise money to buy a player from Juventus, who technically Juventus, if we didn't put a bid in or something like that, or a couple of weeks ago, we could have got him for nothing, free transfer.
Yeah, and the next season, and then the season he would have been on a free.
And yet, Man United is a club globally meant to be the biggest club globally, or second now behind, I think, is it Real Madrid, and yet we have to sell one of our youngsters to raise money to bring in a player who's not even proven the Premier League. But yet we've got a player at Man United we can give that opportunity to.
I'm not sure what's going on. We have to be broke. The price that we've been quoted for Rabiot is exactly the same price that Garner is being quoted at. So obviously it must be 1 in, 1 out. De Jong, The deal's being held up for whatever reason. So where was that money supposed to be going is another issue. Also, our midfield is one of the worst in the Premier League, and we're actually taking a player out of it who we haven't given a chance to. I think there's a lot of, maybe it is a hierarchy, but the people above, Ten Hag can't be sitting there and letting these deals happen. So I think there's going to be a lot more happening before the transfer window actually closes. And we're probably going to lose a lot more players because it doesn't sound like anybody wants to stay. And the couple of players that we hope say they want to leave aren't saying anything at all. They just keep getting picked every week. So I think there's probably is an issue with hierarchy. Maybe Ten Hag didn't realize the power of the dressing room, but they have to understand that he's going to have to be there longer than they will. So the club have to give him the power to kick out if he feels that it's this person or that person, or he has to make an example of that. I think something needs to be done at end. But the Garner deal, it makes absolutely no sense on any side. It makes no sense. Even if you loaned him out to a different club, fine. But to actually sell him is there's something definitely going on at the club.
Yeah, and with it as well, Andy, Murtock did this interview, which he got caught saying Man United's got the money to spend. They've got 200 million to spend on players. Did he spend that 200 million buying everyone a beer at that pub? Because I don't know where that money's gone now.
Yeah, it stinks. It'd be a hell of a bar bill to make us forget about Saturday night. I will tell you. I'd say Mr. Beats said it as well. It stinks. It really stinks at the club. So for that to happen to Garner, it's something that really does stink, and I don't know what to think. Maybe first team player. I've heard a rumor today. First team players have gone into this. I've actually spoke to Arnold and said, "Oh, you got to buy this, that, and the other." You can't be. I just hope this is not. I hope that's not true. Players' first teams established demanding signings. How about we demand some transfers with you out? Say, get them out. Seriously, if players are going behind Ten Hag's back and demanding signings already, there's something fundamentally wrong. And it stinks. Absolutely stinks. There's some players there that hold power still, and I hate it. I hate player power. And it's just they believe their own bullshit. They believe their own hype, and I'm sick of it. And you've seen it time and time again. I mean, that performance, that I think we equalled our worst record when we lost to Crystal Palace last season, worst away run since 1981. And I was only about 6 at the time, 5, 6. And this is how long before this away record becomes more historic? Because after Liverpool, we've got Leicester, we've got Southampton, or vice versa, in which order. This away record is going to be. We're setting records left, right, and centre now. Bad records, historic records, it'll never be erased. Like I say, we're like a trophy. We're like a predator scalp. I seen a tweet on Saturday from Brighton to Brentford. Welcome to the club. Wow,
mocking us, absolutely. But the issue we've got, and I think that's surrounding Manchester United, like you said there, you got certain players, and it's the same thing when it came to the manager as well, wasn't it, with Ten Hag? A lot of players actually wanted Poch over Ten Hag to come to the club, and it's this whole thing with the player power, and that's what happened, I think, at Arsenal as well, where Arteta went in and enough was enough, and Arteta then just started striking the players who think they could go to the owners and actually demand players and demand what they want to do, turning up, leaving late or whatever. The clubs now need to leave the power into the manager's hand. Do you think this would have happened to Ferguson? There's no way on earth this would have happened to Ferguson. Ferguson would sit there and tell him where to go. I honestly think Ten Hag was sold a dream, and the dream is, mate, listen, there's young players out there reading you. We're not going to back you. There's young players out there. Bring the young players in. and see what you can do. Give you 4 or 5 years and see what you can do. And that's the harsh reality I'm living in right now. I can't see us doing anything for the next 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, he must have been sold a dream in an Amsterdam cafe, I tell you. That he must have been smoking some funny stuff, I tell you. And it was all on Richard Arnold's account. Because I'm literally, I can switch off now. Emotionally, I can switch off from this team. I don't care. I have no connection with the club at the moment. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I know my dad and my brother's well pissed off with it. Sorry for swearing.
That's all right.
Well angry with it. And like I say, everybody's angry. Everybody's just, you can't get angry anymore. You laugh at it, because if you don't laugh, it'll consume you.
Yeah.
But it's rotten to the core. The players, even the players, are so rotten. They're self-centered, self-emotionless. And I say half of them went over and half of them walked off. Then they didn't want to know. 7 players went over to the corner, and Ronaldo didn't want to know either. And that was a bit naughty. So, yeah, everything's fragmented. There's no connection between the players and the fans. You know what I mean? And like I say, I'm so glad that the social media bit's quiet in the next couple of days now. They'll probably come out with more hard work bullshit when hard work on the training ground. Here we go again. Yeah, they'll let it calm down. Yeah, the Richard Arnold, let's say, the pub line. I think he could be made an example of again in the next 12 months as well. So this is his legacy now. What you've done it in 6 months. You've started positivity. You've ruined it with negativity, and all you've done was buy around for some Man United fans. That is your legacy. Buying around. Getting some free holidays in Barcelona as well. So that's it.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. On Monday, Mr. B, I think you wanted to say something. Did you want to say something? Are we going to go to the comments?
Yeah, go to the comments. You know,
guys, if you're new to the channel, 31 watching, please give us a like, and if you're new, give us a subscribe. And don't forget, guys, the Fantasy Football League is back tomorrow at 8:30. So if you are a person who are interested in joining the Fantasy League, take a screen grab it here and join the league. So it's 1CZLY1. Thank you. So make sure you do it. Right, Amanda, this is all down to you now, sir.
There's loads of comments. I might want to touch
through some. Yeah, just touch on some of them.
So Bill Badger's first again, as he is after the show. He said, "Don't care what anyone says. Liverpool players are cheating bastards." Milner running the midfield like he's 21. Have a day off and showing an Ayla maybe or something. Rebel saying, "What an absolute mess we're in. Spanked at the weekend. Spent all summer chasing Jong. It's a repeat of Bale and the Bale debacle." Want to say hi to JP87. He says Saha. Maybe Saha just scored. Want to say hi to Halftime. Halftime's rumored to be a massive fan of Blazing Squad. If you only you guys would have heard him singing. Farouk, how you doing? Fakour, sorry. Music's one true universal language. That's from Andy.
Come on, Mr. B. Give us a lyric.
I'm not allowed to swear.
The Platinum 1985 said, "Gents, let's get down to business and talk about the ish that have you Man United." JP87 saying, "Evening all, been crying since Saturday. Eyes red. Being off work today, definitely weren't going in." That's right, so. And Paddy's in the house as well. Paddy's going to the Liverpool game this weekend. He said, "Regards to my Galway decent power, Mr. Tate. I have taken Calms tablets." Okay, these are mood stabilizers.
Maybe some Guinness as well, maybe, mate. Don't mix.
Halftime's asking if you're back in your living room there, Solo. UK Strange saying, indeed. Member of staff at Carrington are leaking stories. This is a disgrace. They should be sacked. So that's where the leaks are coming from. That's the we've got Richard Herbert, Man United fan, says you can't back the Gay. It's been rubbish for the last 3 years. You look at Pennington's performance yesterday for Forest. In my eyes, wrong keeper left United. That's a good observation. Rebel saying the radioactive green kit needs to be dropped. into the deepest, darkest chasm, never to be seen again. I want to say hi to Gakpo.
It oozes poison, doesn't it? It's infectious.
Gakpo's worried now because he said, "Did I miss Mr. B's meltdown?" He's laughing about that. He's going to find some newbies because there are some. Obviously, I'm going to go to Platinum again because I haven't seen you before. Welcome to the channel. He's saying, "Are we too big to get relegated? Let's talk about it."
No, we're not too big. I predicted just before you carry on Monday, I just wanted to go around the room quickly and just ask everyone where they think Man United probably will end up this season, because I've got I've got a rough idea where we'll end up, but from now till November, also guys, from now till November, where do you think we'll be in the league on Monday? From now till November.
Look, I'm still saying we can get top 4. I think we've got the players. I think we can, if we train enough, I mean, we can change the attitude. These things can be changed. I can see a solution. I see the problem, therefore there's a solution. So problem, reaction, solution. That's how it should be. And I think if we put our act together, like we said, last time we lost 2 opening games this season, we went on to win the league in 92, 93. So look, we just got to get behind the club, sort out these issues. It's still time, guys. Let's have some faith.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely
Andy?
Yeah, I say 8th and 9th. I don't see with that. I don't see European qualification from the league. The only way I see is through a cup. I say and we all know what we want, the trophy that can get us through, but I only see Europe via winning the cup. I don't see it via the league because it's too much competition now. I say even Newcastle will be challenging for 6th and 7th at this Conference League, and that would mean a lot to Newcastle as well. I say West Ham. Europe is Europe in any form. So I see 8th and 9th. If we're still 8th and 9th come the World Cup, a mid-season break, then I'd say that's where we're going to stay. Yeah.
I'm going to predict we're probably going to be sitting anything between 16th by this time, by sort of October time, November. Honestly, I can't see how we're going to get out of it. And I've tried to be positive, but looking at the next set of fixtures, I can't see I can't see us getting a lot of points from that. I honestly can't. And then finishing the league for the season, I think, Andy, you're probably right with that. I think we're going to finish between 9th and 10th. We're finishing the league. And to get into Europe,
the World Cup break will decide where you are before the World Cup. It'll settle where you're going to finish for the second half of the season, because there's still 22 games left. Yeah. And even if you say, I know we've been on a run before in the past, we was like mega points off. When we signed Bruno Fernandes with 6 points off the top 4, we just lost to Burnley, and we went on a 21 game unbeaten run and finished 3rd. So I don't see that happening again, because it's too competitive now.
Yeah, 100% agree with it. Amanda, sorry, would you mind?
Yeah, so Fox is saying I'd rather lose with new faces, fed up of the old guard. I agree with him there. Halftime saying, I think if you take the last 20 league games, United are actually 18th in the league. Obviously, some teams have been relegated, but that's the kind of form guide that we've got over the last 20 games, which is really interesting. Got JP87 saying, I was at my local supporters club meeting last night, and a few have handed back their tickets for next Monday, but they were taken. So this empty Old Trafford will have supporters in the club ground. That's about the not turning up for the game. Halftime saying we might not be technically broke, but it's increasingly clear we have major cash flow issues. And I'm just going to go for a couple more because I saw a few new faces. Sorry to miss people out. I want to say hi again to Socrates. How you doing, Socrates? Long time no see. He's a Barcelona fan, a great contributor to the channel. Montreal, MUFC, that we're international, all the way from French Montreal. How you doing, man? He said Richard Arnold is a effing us all over like a guy before him did. So he's not a fan of Richard Arnold. I want to say hi to Emma, of course. Emma saying, regarding the captaincy, just look at the drama at Aston Villa now. Imagine if that was us, because they dropped the captain. Wasn't it? Yeah.
But can I say something about the drop in Tyrone Mings? Did you see how they acted with him at home? They gave him a standard thingy, round of applause. And he actually, you know what I mean? It's basically...
Healthy club, healthy fans.
There you go. Also, going on, Emma, bingo, you helped me out massively there because I wanted to bring it in. There is also rumours regarding the dressing room again. Apparently, some senior players are not happy with Ten Hag continuing his support for making Harry Maguire captain as well. So again, there's breakdown throughout the club, the changing room, the manager. It's everywhere at the moment.
Joan of Arc is saying, I said it from the get-go. They make bollocks of Ten Hag. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
You did.
It just came out.
You did.
Yeah, this is Julius Caesar. This is Julius Caesar. He's going to get stabbed in the back by these players. You know he is.
Yeah. I want to say hi to Rick Bowler, man. I haven't seen you before. Big up Bowler. He's saying, good evening all. Is there any truth that certain players or frauds, rather like Maguire, Shaw, Fred, and Tommy, have to play because of their contract and the board wishes? If so, we are doomed. That was brought up yesterday.
The thing is, with that as well, because I heard it ages. I don't remember. I said it ages ago on here. I heard a rumor regarding about Maguire. If fit, he has to play, and it's because it's the terms in his contract. All of a sudden, it's coming out now, and is there, as we're saying, is there any truth in it? If there's truth in it,
in their right mind is going to give a player that contract?
Man United.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Phil Jones.
Yeah.
Phil Jones. There you go. Says it all. Phil Jones.
All right. I'll take that back. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, Mr. B.
I want to say hi to Robbie Norman. How you doing, man?
Robbie.
He's saying, yeah, it's on TalkSport now. Bit of an announcement about Atletico Madrid striker, Brazilian guy being linked with us. Derek Conway, how you doing, man? Derek. He said Ronaldo needs to go. The players seem much happier in pre-season when he wasn't there, obviously. And I'd leave it there because you can see the feel of the comments, unless there's someone new I've missed out on. No, there isn't. So, yeah, let's move on.
Guys, if you're new to the channel, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. So this one we're going to go on now to. And we spoke about Garner. We spoke about Garner going. And obviously the 15 million. And this player now, obviously, Man United is Man United. And it's so desperate. And Erik ten Hag made a sort of comment in his press conference the other day. And it's almost like we're trying to beg players to come to Manchester United. And with Jimmy Garner today basically been announced that apparently he might be going up for sale. We're bringing this guy in. Andy, would you like to see, is he going to improve us, or what do you make of him as a player?
I say he's not done much for Juventus. He's played in a World Cup winning side. He's played in Spanish League. He's played in Paris as well, at PSG, Real Madrid, Juventus. He's played with Ronaldo as well. So I would take him. He's better than anything we've got with Samane and Fred, or Mac Fred. But I would say I'm disappointed. I would not want him if we're going to sell Garner. I don't want him. I really don't want him. But if we keep Garner, yeah, I'd say Garner. Imagine a midfield of Garner and Rabiot. It might be a bit better. So yeah, I'd take him on if we don't sell Garner.
Yeah, and on Monday, I'm going to come to you now. Obviously, like Andy's saying, with him and Garner in the midfield, he's got quite a decent accolade as well. And sometimes people are quick enough to judge a player based on sort of reputation rather than the football side of it as well. Him coming to Man United, he's got the experience and things. As what Andy said, he played with Ronaldo, he's played for PSG, he's won a World Cup. You know, he's done it all at international levels as well. So would he be a signing that you'd like to see? And it's almost like a swap deal, really, isn't it? Garner's going for 40 million and he's coming in to replace Garner. Yeah.
Look, he's played for big clubs. He's a good player. Let's not deny that. Let's not be ignorant and just think, oh, he's got a bad... Look, you can destroy someone's reputation before it even arrives. Everyone's talking about all these things off the pitch stuff. Oh, he's got a bad attitude. Oh, his mum's his agent. So what? You know, let's bring a player that's got a little fire in his belly and wants to actually come and play. This guy's got a chance to prove himself on the big stage. This is what happened to Eric Cantona. Look what Eric Cantona was doing before he came to England. You know, some really, my gosh, some crazy stuff, you know, that he was getting away with. So this guy, compared to Rabiot, this is minor, you know, these issues. And it happens with all footballers. I'm sure if we got to know footballers fly on the wall, we'd realise that they're all a bit of fools, a bit fools, and a bit out of touch with reality. And this is what happens when you paid all this money as a young man, you know. I like him as a player, and I think it's confirmed now. I saw a little video with one of the Juve guys dropping into his video saying, oh, yeah, you're off to England now. And he said, yeah, thanks, bye. which means it must be happening. I like him as a player. I think he's a cultured midfielder. I said this all the time. Left foot, can drive, he's very wiry as well. He will scratch your eyes out with his claws, get off me, that kind of thing. I love him. I love that about him. And he gets foot in as well. And he's cheeky, as in he knows he's football smart, where he knows when to go over. He's really that's why I say cultured, all-round midfielder. And when I say all-round, he can do everything. We got midfielders who got specific roles. McTominay, just run up and down, and do the donkey work. Fred, just run blindly. That's what And then we got Garner, who's could be a good midfielder. And we're getting rid of him, and then we're bringing in a guy who's already ready-made thing. Obviously, there's Frankie Jong would have been my first choice, but we're coming down now. I don't know where Rabiot is on the list, but it's sort of like scraping the barrel now, because it's like, who's out there, who's available, who actually wants to come. And so let's see what happens. I think it would be a good signing, and hopefully it turn the fans around, and we can get behind him and start singing a song about Rabiot. You can
Mr. B will come up with
get the lyrics
going. What is the matter with all of you lot and your stupidness today?
It's Monday, Mr. B.
We need music heals the soul, and before we went live, I tell you what, you cheered us three up. I tell you.
If only everyone would have seen it, they would know what we were talking about. Mr. B was so happy about Frankie Jong not coming because he was proven right. He actually made a song about it.
I wasn't happy. I just made a comment. We're talking about Rabiot at the moment. My opinion already. He has to be better than Fred and McTominay.
Yeah.
The Garner situation, I still don't. Numbers wise, I don't understand what's happening. But either way, I'm taking him. He has to be positive. My thing is, even if he's worse, and this is what I said last week, even if he's worse, we've got 6 months of hope. So if he goes out there, we're going to forget how crap he's in 6 months. We say, you know what, he really is worse. But during that 6 months, we've got that hope. And right now, we have no hope. So, yeah, I want Rabiot to come to give me a lot of hope.
Pray as well. Praise and hope. Right, we're going to probably go on. Go on to one or two little comments quickly on Monday, if that's okay.
Thank you very much. Of course, saying, give me a break, give me a dealer's number. He thinks I'm going crazy, saying we can get top four. It's not impossible. Box is saying Captain Maguire will steer this ship. I think that's a joke. Just going through random stuff here. Bartha saying, to be honest, until Titanic hit the iceberg, it was absolutely smashing it. Let's go. Bart is in the house saying Leicester City, Man City, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Tottenham, West Ham are all clear of us. So there's a number of clubs there. So he's talking maybe 10th place at that rate. Ming's here, talking about Ming's starter pack, chewing gum, armbands. This is because this is what he has: chewing gum, an armband, hollow the pass, rose-ed elbow, a dodgy back pass, and shouting. That's his way of showing he's a captain. And I totally agree with you regarding Mings. He was winging it for a long time at centre-back as well. So that speaks volumes. Montreal MUFC says, hate to say this, but the infernal homegrown trio, Rashford, Maguire and Shaw, are the ones screwing us up and pulling the media around. Interesting, that. Don't know what you guys think about that. That's an interesting point. Barth coming in saying, I think Rabiot seems to be a decent panic buy, to be honest, technical and powerful. Gopal coming to you again. He says, how is the Rabiot deal not sorted yet? How do we take so long to finalize deals? Asking the question. I'll leave it there for now because,
The comment just about a second ago regarding obviously Rashford, Shaw are probably the problem at Manchester United. Andy, is any truth you're probably taking that or not really?
Maybe. I think that's a possibility. I really do think it is. Maybe they've got some pull. These leaks from the media as well. Still, there's something in that. We can control something within the dressing room. I've heard dressing room leaks. It's split down the middle. I heard there was a big argument at Carrington. I was reading today on Thursday last week. There was a big argument between everybody. So, yeah, and I'll say I don't trust any of these players. It's about self-preservation. Like the Italians, you have the song self-preservation.
Come on, Mr. B.
Yeah. Well, there's no minis. There's not. This is the biggest bank job of the lot. I tell you, there's players creaming a living and taking everyone's money and not putting in hard work. Because if that was me on Saturday night and a performer, I'll be in office on Monday morning. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame. I think the away fans should have been reimbursed by the club out of the players' wages. I really think they should have been reimbursed. To watch that, if you can't perform every away game, you keep performing like that, you got to reimburse the fans. Because people, like they say, the weekend there was major traffic. There was major. The trains were on strike. People couldn't get trains down there. They had to drive along in this heat as well and everything. It's stupid. And like I say, they take our support for granted. They really do. They think we're going to applaud them next week coming out of Old Trafford. We'll be pumped up because it's Liverpool. Believe me, I'll still be giving you. I'll be still giving them players shit on Monday. And what you call it? When the team gets announced, the lineup, I won't be applauding any of them. They're cheering their names. Maybe one or two. I love Ericsson. I mean, the poor guy don't need it when our best player's got a pacemaker at the moment. I like last 2 games. Our best player's got a pacemaker, and it says it all about the current squad. Yeah, he's my favourite, but I won't be supporting. When the match starts, I'll get behind him. But if they falter again, I'll tell you what, I'll stay behind and give them some shit. I bloody will. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think next Monday. I really don't.
But isn't it as well, Andy, basically when Klopp first came to Liverpool, I think it was like his third or fourth game or something like that, and he gave the players instruction and they didn't actually listen to it, so they didn't press. And I think Liverpool lost, 2-0, and the club reimbursed all the fans. Reimbursed them the money.
Yeah. All the fans are broke. They needed it.
Yeah. I think there will come a point where I think the fan base will turn on the team permanently if this continues. I know that you stick by your team through the good times and the bad times. I was born United the year we're relegated, so I couldn't really say much at the time. I was about a month old, 6 months old. So my mum and dad.
You're probably crying now, weren't you?
I did a lot of crying, because I did a lot of crying with United being in the second division, but my mum and dad seen it. I never seen it, but this is a dark time. But I say next week, you can't keep taking loyalty for granted. Because I think eventually, I seen a video. Was it some of the players going over? The fans were giving them abuse, giving them that. You know what I mean? And there was still some fans applauding him. So that's how fragmented it is. Come over, applaud us, and we'll applaud you back. I ain't cheering that. Do you remember Midtjylland? When we lost 2-0 to Midtjylland?
Yeah,
they went over. I've seen videos. I know people going over said, you're an absolutely disgrace. Actually went over there, paid a lot of money to an unknown place. And I've seen the videos of the abuse. So let's say take it for granted. Eventually, the supporters' loyalty will wane on the team if they keep performing like this. I mean, if we got relegated, it'd be fun in the Championship. I really enjoy it.
It'll take us years to get out of the Championship because everyone will be sold off. Those players we can't get rid of, they'll all be now want to leave the club, and then we'll then work with the youth on Monday.
Yeah, just very, very quickly. I see parallels here with what happened with Fergie. He came in. There was a culture at the club amongst the players which he had to eradicate. And he kept one or two of them, like Brian Robson. But Norman Whiteside was gone, Paul McGrath was gone. You know what that culture was. It was a negative thing that he needed to change. But he couldn't do it overnight. And obviously you saw he had a bit of success. And then he dropped down. I think don't quote me on this, I think he finished 11th or something one season, or 8th. Between 8th and 10th, 9th, 10th or 11th. Really low down the league. And then he started to come back. So it's about bringing that culture back into the club. And I think we're at the same sort of stage as Fergie was back then when he came in 86, that there was a bad culture of players, like we were just talking about earlier, about there's few allegations about certain players and that kind of thing, who've got their heels dug into the club. and destroying everything, not allowing the club to go forward. And it can be done. People say, how can a player have that confidence, that sort of power? It does happen. There are influences, negative influences in a pit. I'm a manager myself, and I'm seeing it myself on Sunday. There's negative players that can influence the way you are and do little things that undermine you, you know. So that has to change. And I think Fergie took some time to do that. And then it was got to the point after 3-4 years, we're like, we need to sack this guy until Mark Robbins came along and saved him. And the rest is history.
And then he got rid of Mark Robbins the next season.
Well, Mark Robbins, you know, he was a good finisher, but he didn't have much after that. You know, he wasn't pacey enough, or whatever. And he's not getting over Mark Hughes and the guys playing up front. So my thing is this: we were patient with Alex Ferguson because we knew we needed change. Ronnie Atkinson got us a couple of FA Cups, but we hadn't won anything for years since 1968. So we want to win big major trophies again. Stick with the manager, get behind them. I understand the Glazers. Yep, go if that's your fight. Do that as well, but please encourage the players and the manager. Sorry, because he knows what he's doing. I truly believe he knows what he's doing. Just one more thing about the manager, Ruud Gullit, who we know all about. Ruud Gullit, great player, one of the best players in the 80s, 1988 European Championships, smashed it. World Player of the Year, AC Milan, Champions League. You know, he's top player, one of the best players of all time. He came to England to manage, and he got a culture shock. He begged Eric Ten Hag. He said to him on the phone, they're friends. He said to him, bruv, or in Dutch, he would said, brother or bro, please, if you're coming to England, you cannot bring that Dutch style. It happened to me. You have to learn English game. So mix and match, and a bit of the Dutch football with a bit of aggression and English gateway, and you're going to have a good combination there. But I think he's at the moment. Eric's been a bit naive because remember he said, I didn't study Brighton game from last time and all this kind of thing. He's learning the hard way and he needs to accept that as well and put his hands up and say, right, maybe I do need to sort of.
What are you blaming Ten Hag? Are you serious?
He's singing again. That's falsetto. Look here, the falsetto there. My gosh.
I'm wondering, don't.
So I'm saying,
no.
I need to get these up there now. I'm telling you.
You have to balance the two.
Oh my.
I need a Jack and Coke after that. After that. Nice.
Go on, what was that, Mr. B? And I'll go to you next, Andy.
My glass.
Are you serious? You really serious? You're going to say Ten Hag was naive?
I think
after 2 games.
Yeah, he could have been naive. Yeah.
Because what? Because the players that he has to pick are shit.
No, the evidence is when he was asked about the Brighton game previously, he said he didn't check that out.
So what if he didn't check?
And the other evidence is for that, we lost 2 games where it's been too physical for him. He's played Martinez. He should have maybe considered bringing him in slowly. If there's someone else to replace him.
So what? A team that plays a short striker. Is that what you're saying? Don't play him against tall players.
We came up against. Sorry, go on.
We've seen him at Ajax shut down Haaland. We've seen him at Ajax shut down Haaland. So it's got nothing to do with it. Haaland's 2 foot taller than he is. You understand? So let's not get it twisted. You buy these players, they have to learn the hard way. What you're gonna play him, not play him. Oh, we're playing Sunderland in the FA Cup. Let's play him in that game. We spent £49 million of money that we don't have. He has to fucking play.
Okay. What do you think about the comments from Ruud Gullit though, saying that it happened to him when he came, he couldn't bring that Dutch philosophy, that Dutch play. He had to add a little bit of English.
I get that.
Aggression.
I do get that. And where's the aggression coming from? McTominay?
Who knows? We'll soon find out. If we give time.
Sorry, you needed our drink after that, Andy.
Sorry.
I've just been cheered up. Jay just text me. I'm sorted for next week. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what to think after hearing that. I really don't.
Sorry.
I'm like, talk about Monday blues, and this is Monday night blues.
Mr. B cheered you up, and now Monday ruin your night.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, I forgot what was the question again after hearing that.
Oh, brilliant. Amonde said something regarding Ten Hag probably have to take some response because of something about he didn't study the Brighton game or something like that.
No, I can't accept that, mate. I can't accept that. I understand he's like I say, he has to adapt. He's learning the hard way. I accept that. But you say you might have a point now. Maybe go back and look at the previous fixtures from last season. With the core of what was left of that squad in the games. Go make them watch that Liverpool game. Watch that Liverpool game from Anfield at the end of the season. Now, all of them should be made to watch that hellhole, that horror show. And I think he might do. You know, I mean, why not? Make him relive it, relive the hell. You say, I know he was. I would say he won't be at the time. He couldn't watch the games because he was committed to Ajax. He was trying to win the Divisie and all that, and he did it. And he was trying to win. He lost the cup final at PSV. So I think it's a possibility to maybe work on the training ground harder. But let's say look at that game from last season, because half that squad was there. Yeah. Look at that game. Not the Old Trafford game, because just forget that. I mean, I say this could be double digits, but something has to give. Ten Hag must learn fast, but I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him for Saturday. No way. I'm not blaming him for Monday against Brighton last Sunday. No way. But he's learning quickly, but he will adapt. You have to mutate Dutch football and English football like a Ninja Turtle. You know, so yeah, I think he will. If he does that right, if he does the tactics right next week, and if he breaks them players like he broke them on Sunday, I'll be so happy. You might get a result.
Yeah, might do. I've got a couple of predictions in my head what I think it will be. I'm hoping the first one I've got is, get a result, but the other one, the scoreline I've got for Liverpool is,
we're all fearing a spanking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but if we do lose, I don't think it'll be a spanking. No,
I think it will be, because if we go 1-0 down, heads are dropping. That's it. 2-0, that's it. Game over. If Brighton can do it, if Brentford can do it against us, then yeah. But guys, if you're watching the channel for the first time, 30 in the chat, please just give us a like and also give us a subscribe. We are on the road to 2.5k subscribers. Don't forget as well, guys. What was that, Amanda? There was a comment.
Sorry, just talking about the comments. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. We are going to get into the comments as well from Amanda.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
It's all right. Yeah, he's good. He saw that one. That's fine. Yeah, we saw it on Monday.
Yeah. So
your partner in crime.
Yeah, partner in crime on a Tuesday night for the eye test as well. That would be brilliant. I can't wait, actually, guys, to listen to what Amanda's got to say about the eye test, because I honestly want to see what the rating for Harry Maguire will be tomorrow. I honestly want to see it. I cannot wait. 13 missed passes. That's all I'm going to say, and we move on. For this one, Amanda, would you mind having a look at this, please? Because we were talking about the player, but we didn't really... Sorry, wrong one. We are going to move on now to this gentleman here, and we are going to talk about him briefly. Not much, just briefly.
Once again, we talk about Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong's edging closer to the Barcelona exit. Man United seem to be hell-bent on carrying on in the same vein as last season. So far, they've conceded 6 goals in 2 games while managing to score 1 that was an own goal. 2 disastrous showings have ramped up the pressure on Erik ten Hag, and he has even admitted post the Brentford thrashing that the team needs quality additions. So far, 3 players, Malacia, Eriksen and Martinez, have arrived, while talks with Rabiot's entourage are ongoing after a fee was agreed with Juventus. However, the Dutch coach has made Frankie de Jong his primary target right from the off, and United have managed to agree a fee with Barcelona more than a month back, but complications regarding deferred wages have proved to be the major stumbling block.
Right, so let's take this off. I'm going to go to Andy. Number 1 target for Erik ten Hag, and it seems like he's not going to get his man. How crucial us not getting Frankie de Jong, and also the rumours, whilst we've been live, there is the reports saying Frankie de Jong will not come to Manchester United. Mr. B's going to sing, because Mr. B was singing when that one.
There is a conclusion coming, and it's not going to be good. I don't think. we're desperate for players. I mean, we've got Europa League's coming soon. The draw, it's happening. Is it this week or next week? We're gonna need. If we want to get into Europe next season via that, and we're gonna need a squad. We're gonna need players. That team now concurrent form would not get out of the Europa League qualification group. It would not. But with the De Jong thing, I'm just saying there is a conclusion going to come, and it's going to be disappointing. I would take him, but it's remember like when we chased Jadon Sancho, it was like that. We chased and chased and chased, and we got desperate, and the player didn't want to come. Borussia Dortmund won't budge on the price. Then we were all desperate on transfer deadline in day, signing Cavani, bidding for this, that, and the other. So we got Tellez on the same day as we think we did as well, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. There's going to be an answer, and it's not going to be the right answer for us, unfortunately, this week.
Yeah. Let's go to OMONDI, because I want to see if we can get the lyric out of Mr. B afterwards, Andy, just to, to get us back into that spirit after OMONDI ruined it. Go on, OMONDI.
So look, this thing's changing by the hour. So what I say to at this time, by 10 o'clock, it might be something completely different with Frankie de Jong. We've been going around this saga for a long time now. We're really truly bored of it. I thought by the 13th, when the registration happened for Barcelona, that the decision might be made. He hasn't started the game. They drew 0-0, I think, at the weekend. Not a good start with all these superstar players they've got now cashing out. And they've got Koundé to come in, who's going to play centre-back. Also another position that Frankie de Jong seems to be playing for them right now as well. So there's so many negatives for Frankie de Jong right now. I do feel sorry for him. He obviously loves the club, wants to stay there, and he doesn't want to play anything lower than Champions League football. We can understand that. But he's a great player. We've got to persist with it. What's happened, apparently, last thing I read before the show was that the deal has expired. There was a time expiry point on this deal being accepted by Barcelona, and it's been expired for some reason. I don't know why. Never heard of this before. But if we want to go back in, we have to start either walk away or make another deal. There are a couple of weeks left in the transfer window. Who knows what's going to happen? There could be something major happen. I think it's crunch time is long gone, and I'm just watching every day, checking the news to find out what's going on, because I'm in love with the player, and I think he would be such an important player for us if we do get him. So
let's
just watch this space.
Mr. B. Obviously,
I'm not singing. You don't even have to ask me no questions. I said he wasn't coming. I told you he wasn't coming. We have nothing to offer him. Nothing. We don't have Champions League football. We don't have the money that Chelsea are going to pay. And now, all of a sudden, like he didn't know and his agent didn't know, the contract's expired. Oh, my God. Damn, I didn't know that was going to happen. We are done out here. Yeah? They wasted 3 months on a player who they knew didn't want to come. Oh, they've spoken to Ten Hag. Maybe he did. And now the reality of seeing that trash getting beat. He probably didn't even know who Brentford was. He probably never even heard of Brentford. And then we get our arse handed to us on a plate by them. Of course he's not going to come. Of course he's not going to come. And then they're getting rid of Garner. We're a mess.
Andy shaking his head. Go on, Andy.
Yeah, it is a complete mess. I mean, this is, you said before, his first time, it was a contract offer, it expired. I thought contracts you sign, it expires when it's a. So, an offer, I really can't compute this club anymore. I'm getting sick of it. I really am getting sick of it. So to hear that, we have to negotiate again. The fee's been agreed. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to speak with his representatives again, I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it.
It's expired.
I mean, I'd be happy if we get him. We're all relieved in that, but it affects people. It really affects people. It's depressing. It really is depressing. And I say, keep Garner. You're trying to sell Garner to get the wages to get Frankie de Jong? Is that what you're trying to do? Is that the sacrifice? He wants his wages. Oh, let's sell Garner. Don't trust him. Don't, like I say, I don't believe anything at this club at the moment. Because, like I say, expectations of it rock bottom. I'm trying to stay concentrated. I'm trying to stay positive. And you three wise guys help me do that with Mr. B with his singing before. but hearing that tonight with the contract offer again, we've got to negotiate a contract offer with the player. It's borderline insane. It's absolutely insane. Money talks, and it's disgusting. I'm just sick to the back teeth of it.
But as a club, and like you said there, it's a case of Man United. I think the Glazers and whoever is negotiating all these contracts do it to themselves and do it to the club, because they give players contracts where you can't physically move the players because no one wants them. And the wages are so high, you can't get rid of them. Then you're doing other bits and pieces like expiring a contract to sign a player. If you want a player, you go out, you identify the player you want, you just go and get him, bring the player in. That's all you need to do. It doesn't need to leak to social media. It don't need to go anywhere at all. Ferguson used to go and sign players. You didn't even know who they were. You go get the deal done. Now you look at teams like Man City. Go look at the player, identify who they want. Probably about a week later, they're signed for City. Liverpool, the same thing. Man United, it's almost like everything has to go into the public domain before you actually get the player in. And then it takes literally lastminute.com to get the players in.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a website. There is, like, say, lastminutedesperationssignings.com. I'm pretty sure there's a website for Man United, and they're registered with it in the next few weeks. So a desperate, who do we click? You've been playing FIFA. What have you got? You got him? Oh yeah, we'll have him. Click on him. They'll be playing FIFA. in the next few weeks.
Oh, brilliant.
Because there is no reality. They're living in a fantasy with this scouting system. The scouting system, there's about 3 or 4 computers with FIFA loaded up there on an Xbox or PS5, and they're all playing the players. That is a scouting system at Carrington.
Yeah, and then
and that's what it is. And you wonder why the scouting system's not. But none of the players recommended to Ten Hag. Well, I don't want any of them. All these targets are absolute garbage. What I say? What have you been doing the last 12 months? We've been on FIFA in the room. That's how we do our scouting, Mr. Ten Hag. Like, God, Jesus Christ, what was I smoking when I had that meeting with Richard Arnold? You know what I mean? In Amsterdam, so Jesus. The scouting system is a farce. Lastminute.com.
Yeah, exactly. And also as well, before we go as well, it's a case of when you look at Ranić, there was rumours in January, he identified, I think, about 7 or 8 players who he sort of said about Man United to get. Some of them already went in the January transfer window to other clubs. And then in this window right now, a few of the players have gone to other clubs as well. And you could have had them cheaper, but they're not quick to act. You know, they're not quick. It's Man United all over at the moment. And that's what we've got to do right now is suck it up, unfortunately. And Liverpool game next, really, and see what result that brings us.
Just to add, I think when you look at the Ajax model, they've been successful. All right, granted, I think pound for pound, I think they've got a great talent pool in that country, and they know how to develop players. There's nothing more special once you get to 5 years old. Once you get under that Ajax training or PSV or Feyenoord or whatever they do out there, it's a good system of football. They produce better players pound for pound than most nations, in my opinion. I just think when we got players like, if you look at Ajax, they bring players through. They get to about 23, 24. Used to be in the 80s. You get to about 27, then you get sold. We got team players like Rashford and McTominay have come through, and their value was quite high at one period of time. We could have sold them on for big money, but we've kept with them. Are they going to be there for the long run? Because I remember players that got there for the long run are like Scholes, Giggs, Beckham should have been for the Neville brothers or whatever. These are players that are good enough, you can see, good enough to stay all the way throughout different generations of teams. It would change, and they'd still be around that team. But it doesn't apply for Rashford and McTominay for me. I think there has to come a stage where if you're not reaching targets or you haven't reached that stature, you should be considered to be sold on, and we get another youngster in, because this is a conveyor belt, isn't it? So many of these youngsters are leaving, and they're really good, talented players. They're not getting the opportunity.
Omendi's
So
right.
Omendi's
right. This is the thing, like with the Garner. He said there's a point where you're stagnant. Your shelf life's finished. Yeah. And that's what it is with some of these Man United players, but they won't accept it because they've still got that player power. I'm stagnant, my career's going nowhere, and you are disrupting the equilibrium of young players and what this club stands for, young players coming through. And if you don't want to stand aside and let these players play, then I say you're going to be judged. And I was like, get out of the club, and you're thinking of yourself of a brand now. You're disrupting the flow of the youngsters coming in, and that was the key to give you your chance at the club. You were given a chance, Rashford. You were given a chance when a player was injured in a warm-up against Midtjylland. You got your chance because Martial was injured in pre-warm-up, I think it was, and you got your chance. You should be very, very thankful of your chance, of the same way with McTominay when Mourinho played you. And when you started at West Ham, and I say you had a bit of a disappointment start, but then you established yourself. You say if you had any decency about you would encourage the youngsters maybe step aside. You know what I mean? And it's borderline disgusting. You say that it's about self-preservation, and they say I'm not going to get. This youngster's not getting my place. I'll bitch and moan and complain, even though I'm not performing. And he said they're disrupting the equilibrium, all for themselves and the traditions of the club. We want to keep Garner, give him a game, play him next week. Play him against Liverpool next week. You may get a surprise. And McFred, you may be shocked and you go, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I want to see some youngsters play next week. Garnacho as well. Say Laird going to QPR. I've heard that as well. Has he gone?
Yeah, that's supposed to be done. Yeah.
I've heard last year of his contract to United. I'm trying to look in, maybe extending that deal because they don't want to lose him. You're going to lose another player.
They'll lose him, though. They'll lose him.
No, they'll tie that up. They should be able to tie that up.
I say, Amendi hit it right on the head there, man. I tell you, you're killing the tradition of promoting youngsters, and that's what we're supposed to be all about.
Yeah, 100%. And also, guys, before we wrap up, there is rumors. Don't know how true it is, but Talksport's reported as well in the last hour or so that Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes have gone to the board directly to tell them to back Erik ten Hag. So I don't know how true that is, but that's the latest. And again, what did we talk about earlier? Player power.
Yeah. Talk shite more like.
So I don't know how true it is. I don't know how true that report is. It's just
these leaks, like these journalists with the club as well. They're in bed with the club. These leaks. So where's that come from? Where's that? This is more leaks from the club. Yeah. This is more leaks. This should be in-house. We want to know what's going on, but this should be in-house. Don't wash it. We're always washing our dirty laundry. Somebody at the Carrington Gates is he's raking it in, man. Some people at Carrington are going to the press and dropping this for here's 50 quid. Here's a story for that. Tell you. People at Carrington are seeing this, telling the mates and telling the relatives and all that, and go, oh bloody hell, yeah, we'll eat that for some money. I say, I don't believe, I don't trust any of this. Player power, talk sport, talk shite. Sky Sports News, slow sports news. So I'm sick of it. I only believe what I say. I believe the fan channel way. I mean, that's the way. That's the only way to go. That's the only way to get your information nowadays. I don't believe any of it.
Yeah. Guys, that's a wrap from us, really. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. And Andy, where can we find you, sir?
I am on. I've got a YouTube channel. I am on ATTV YouTube. Just start it. I do it now and again when I want to. I do a review or a preview for the match or a midweek, 10-15 minutes. I'm also on TikTok and I'm also on Instagram. So find me there.
Brilliant. Thank you. And as I always say, don't forget to find Andy on here every Monday night as well, because I think he found his soulmate now, where Mr. B will sort of, after a bad week, every week now, Mr. B backstage will sort of, you know, sing to him and cheer him up.
Next Monday night's going to be a problem because I can't go live when there's 75,000 people.
Oh yeah, we won't do a show next Monday night. We won't be here next Monday night.
God.
Mr. B, you're doing a watch along. Mr. B will be on the watch along.
Listen,
I'll send you bits and I'll send you bits off my phone and all that. I'll send you bits through so you can put it live if the you can't get a signal in that stadium. It's a joke.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I know.
It's amazing how their United app always works though. You can't get a signal to phone out, yet you get the information straight away about the first team squad.
Absolutely brilliant. But guys, we are going now to stop there. So I'm Solo. I'm on there as always. Mr. B.
Thank you, guys.
Andy. Guys, thanks for watching, liking, share, and subscribing. And remember, set your notification bell. We are live 8:30 every day. And don't forget, tomorrow night, if you are into fantasy football, make sure you tune in at 8:30. And if you want to hear a Monday and Bath Time talk about the breakdown of the game against Brentford in the eye test, it's a new show. Make sure you check that out. And then Wednesday, we're back. And Friday, don't forget as well, the takeaway is on Friday night as well. So make sure you tune in for all those as well, guys. So from us tonight, good night.
Good night.
Bye.